Hey, hello, my hello, my darling Fata Morgana knights. Morganites. Anyway, hey, welcome to part 26. I'm probably right. I just looked, but I immediately forgot. Anyway, welcome in. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Hi. I got a little bit distracted by Dragon Age, to be honest with you. And then I started playing Infinity Nikki, so I haven't even been streaming because that has been taking all of my brain worms. And this is also just ignoring the fact that I decided to last minute increase my 100 book goal. I think by the time I was recording this, I had, like, the last part, I had like 80 something. Yeah, so I hit 100. I'm now at 122, and I decided I wanted to do 125 before the year ended. So that's where I've been. I'm not gonna start this apologizing. This isn't an apology. It's an explanation. I don't feel sorry for my actions. Let's get into it. I'm excited. All right. We kind of left off at a pretty interesting... Okay, we kind of left off at a pretty interesting part, honestly. Now, if I can remember how these characters sound, as is my always issue. Okay. Hayden seemed to be in high spirits that day. A gift had apparently arrived from his son, who lived far away. A gift? Oh, wait. In it was a tea set, some leaves, and a small jar of sugar. Miss! How can I be of service, master? Brew me up a pot of this, would you? Hayden's the guy. Yeah, okay. The grandfather. I remember. It's clicking. Be careful not to steep it for too long. You want to get it just right for the best flavor. As you wish, master. You seem quite pleased. Psh, why would I be? A boy who shunned his old man for years sends him a paltry gift on a whim. I'm just entertaining his fancy. Your tea is ready, master. Ah, what a wonderful smell. Tea and roses are life's best damn spices. Now, let's see what that boy chose for me. If it's no good, I'll be sure to write him an angry letter. He looks so happy. He must really love his family. It's a little bitter. Shall I brew another pot? No, it's not your fault. Must be something in the leaves. Is this poison? Why do I feel like this is poison? I mean, we know he died, but I think the whole thing was he died from, like, what we were told. Didn't he die from a heart attack having sex with, like, a mistress or something? Am I remembering that right? Something like that. Would you like to add some sugar then? I'm starting to feel like that was a setup. There was a small jar of it with the tea set. Now that's some bloody fine sugar he procured. White as snow and sparkles in the light. He chose it just for you, master. Bloody hell, what demon possessed him? Alright, give me 2 spoons then. Oh wow, okay, sorry, I'm fighting either Southern or British here, and I know it's supposed to be British. I know it's supposed to be, but while it may be fun for me, I am not going to have you guys suffer with me doing that. I can't. That's like something I really need to work on. I struggle hard with accents. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. I can do tones, various other things. I can't do accents. I don't know. I can't do it. The only reason I can sort of do Southern is just my little Southern roots. But I don't know. Can't do it. I know it's just practice though, so we'll get eventually. But not today and not in this playthrough. Here you are. Splendid. This is some exquisite tea. Sugar balances the bitterness of the leaves perfectly. I guess that boy does have some... Master? Master! Master! The doctor! I need to find the doctor! Water! I'll get you some water right away. So please, hang in there. Oh, this has to be so scary. She hasn't met another person in ages. Oh my god. Thanks to the quick treatment provided by his personal physician, Hayden survived. But he didn't make it out with much more than his life. He was permanently bedridden by the affair. Evidently, the sugar I had put in his tea had contained poison, which had done irreparable damage to his nerves and muscles. It was the sugar. Okay. I thought it was the tea. But I guess it makes sense that they would have a bitter tea. That way you would add the sugar. Most of his body was completely immobile, except for his left arm. Can I bring you something? Some water? I've had more than my fill of water. You don't need to wait on me hand and foot. That face says you need to distract yourself by working. I... Remember what I told you. A noble family's servants must always act with elegance and grace. You must always maintain your composure. But how can you expect me to remain composed? If I had only examined the sugar more thoroughly. You never would have noticed, young lady. I examined the sugar and didn't see a bloody thing wrong with it. He was damn crafty, that's for sure. Why would he do this? His inheritance, I presume. Something must have come up and he needed more money quickly. That's no reason to poison your own father. Blood is nothing but an obstacle to ambition. Or maybe he just hated me. How could anyone possibly hate you? Perhaps that could be said of me, you know. But when you live a long... Oh my god. Sorry, let's take a big sip. Okay. When you live as long as I have, you're bound to make an enemy or two. Mine just happened to be my son. I was planning to give him everything anyway. Jeez. He didn't have to do this. It all would have been his. Master. Killing me doesn't accomplish anything. But I guess it doesn't matter. Say, could I ask you something, young lady? What can I do for you? I don't want it to get out that Hayden Rhodes was poisoned. So could you tell people? I see. That I passed away peacefully with a beautiful nurse tending to my every need. You're not dead yet. Please don't talk like that. You're scaring me. No stammering. But... I'm not saying it'll happen immediately. But I am an old man, and one day you'll wake up and I'll be gone. This is about my own pride, not my son. The last thing I want is to go out with a black spot on my name. Tell me you'll do this, Giselle. He's never said my name before. As you wish. Thank you. You are a peculiar girl, you know? Sometimes you seem greener than the leaves in summer, and sometimes you seem like you've seen 12 kinds of hell. And every so often, you seem not of this world. Your skin is pale, your hands as cold as ice. At one point I thought you might be Death himself. But I was wrong about that. You have too big a heart to be Death. I don't think Death is cruel. Personally. Okay, anyway. You care too much. You must be carrying a very heavy cross on your back. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to lose you, Lord Hayden. I don't want to lose this life. You have someone, don't you, young lady? Someone you're dying to meet again? Yes, but I don't know anymore. I don't know how I'm supposed to keep waiting. If something doesn't happen soon, I don't think I can hold myself together much longer. I was so close to breaking down, and it was you who kept me on my feet. I'm sure you've tried to remain strong plenty of times, so I'll give you some different advice. A trick for when you think you're losing hold of yourself. Build a cocoon. A cocoon? A sturdy shell to keep your weak inner self safe. This world has no interest in protecting you, only swallowing you whole. So, you mustn't readily expose your true self. You build a cocoon, and you play the role you need to play. That way, the real you will remain unharmed. Oof. The maid. It's not pleasant to hide yourself like that, but it's better than letting the world crush you. But a word of warning. If you spend too long in the cocoon, the real you is liable to disappear forever. And he didn't know that too long meant hundreds of years, honestly. He didn't have the context for that one. You'll be swallowed up by your own protective shell. I hope you find whoever it is before it's too late. Now, I think I'll get some sleep. All this talking's worn me out. As you wish. Good night, Master. See you in the morning. Aye. See you in the morning, young lady. The next day, Hayden was dead. He had strangled himself with his left hand. Oh my god! I should have been more attentive. I should have recognized how much pain he was in. How much it crushed him to have been betrayed by his own family. I should have realized how he truly felt. How fragile he really was. I fell into a hopeless gloom. I could hardly believe that the quiet life I'd finally attained had been shattered in the blink of an eye. Hayden's other servants quickly went their own ways, and I vividly remember the dirty looks they all gave me. Everyone who knew he had died assumed I had done it. I had no reason to kill him, though. But they had more than enough to believe so, for I had indeed been the last person to see him alive. This girl gets blamed for everything. I swear to God. Giselle breathes and they're like, she committed homicide? She committed a war crime? Like, girl, Jesus Christ, Giselle. She's like cursed. I mean, I don't know that she'll actually have any repercussions to this, but still, it kind of breaks my heart that everyone automatically assumes that she's the one that did wrong constantly. And I held firmly to the story he had asked me to tell. While I was unable to convince the other servants, his family was far more accepting of the story that he had departed for the next world happily. Of course they were. Though, that did not make the truth any less heartbreaking. especially since I was the only one who knew it. Why does this always have to happen? I was happy, but I can never seem to keep hold of it for more than a flash. Despair always comes marching in to rip it away. What am I doing here? What kind of person were you, Michelle? What kind of person was I? Oh, my dear, you look positively miserable. Why should you despair at the death of some strange old geezer? Morgana, was Hayden one of those whom you wish to be reconstructed? I have no interest in that wrinkled bag of bones. And if he was one of them, do you really think I would have let him go so peacefully? Peaceful? Interesting. I'm starting to understand why everyone suffers in these stories. Interesting. So I'm imagining they all like wrong turn somewhere. You call that peaceful? You call his misery peaceful? I most certainly do. And since you do not seem to understand this, the pain of death lasts but an instant. The worst torture can only be inflicted upon the living. Setting two loved ones against one another, manipulating one into taking the other's life, and then forcing him to live with that. Yes? This is interesting. Okay, Morgana. The stage hasn't even been set yet, my dear. And you would have me play a part in that? Indeed. You agreed to accompany me. You are here to be my guide, and you're doing a wonderful job of it so far. I haven't done anything. Oh, but you killed that old man, did you not? Thanks to you, my wish is one step closer to fruition. What? What do you mean I killed Hayden? You mean to claim you didn't? Tell me, who was it that put the poisoned sugar in his tea? No, I didn't mean to. Your intentions are irrelevant. Everything moves along the path forged by my wish, and you shall continue to follow its will. You know what? I'm done feeling like this. I don't want anyone else to go through what Hayden did. And what are you going to do about it? I'm done listening to you. Without me, you have no influence over this world. Oh. So I'll die. I'll take my own life right here and now. I grabbed a nearby knife and held the tip against my breast. My hands were shaking, my heart pounding. My whole body was racked with terror, but I could have sworn I heard Morgana gasp. This was her one weakness, I thought. What are you thinking? Don't do this, Giselle. Don't be foolish. Put the knife down right now. I'm done trusting anything you say. Giselle, put the knife down. I've missed you so very much, Michelle. I've wanted nothing more than to see you again. But if my being Morgana's guide is going to cause other people suffering, then I can't. It's all over, Morgana. Huh? There's no blood? Not even pain? Why? Absolutely brilliant. brilliant. I told you not to be foolish, but you just wouldn't listen to me. Such a silly girl. I really am. Oh, God. She can't even die on her. Yeah, she can't even die on her own terms. My God. I couldn't even die if I wanted to. Learning that absolutely crushed me. My backup plan, the one escape route I thought available to me, had been ripped away. My spirit crumbled, and I felt myself sinking into a vast darkness. I began losing my grip on myself, which is when I recalled Hayden's advice. Build a cocoon. It was the only option I had left. Oh, sorry. I'm distracted because I'm trying to back a cat from getting in my lap right now. Sir. My final chance at protecting myself. Hello? Oh, I'm going to scream. Okay, sorry. Although, ultimately, I was unsuccessful in that endeavor, as you know. But by that point, my mind and spirit had all been lost, eroded away by the years of solitude, the witch's whispers, the brief glimmer of happiness, and the eternal, boundless darkness it had left me in. It was in that moment that all light drained from my eyes, and it was in that moment that the maid was born. She was no longer Giselle.
Oh, dearest Mel, come over here. There are so many beautiful flowers.
Now, Nellie, there's no need to run. I think these are their voices. I don't entirely remember. I'm sorry, I'm going off of memory. So this could be a little different if someone's watching this all together and actually does remember. Oops, sorry. I'm going off the assumption that you too don't remember, so... You're going to fall and you can't say I didn't warn you.
Hello? I've never seen you before. Are you the new maid?
Good afternoon, Lady Nellie. That is correct. It is an honor to serve you.
Oh, did you do all this?
I did not. The garden was your grandfather and Lord Hayden's work.
Wow! Is grandfather a wizard?
Perhaps he was. I'm sure he would be delighted to know you like it.
Did grandfather like flowers?
Yes, he loved them quite dearly.
Wow! I love flowers too! I've never seen a garden with so many pretty flowers!
Did you know this kind of flower is called a rose?
Just like our name!
Why, yes, they do sound alike. And like the flowers, you are also a very sweet little girl.
Say, what's your favorite color of rose?
I like all colors.
But you don't like any the most? That's too bad. My favorite is pink. Pink roses are so pretty.
Indeed, they are.
Ah, gee.
Oh, wait, that's not. I did this every time with these two.
Jeez, there you are, Nellie.
Oh, my apologies. Please don't mind my sister. Oh, not at all. We were having the most wonderful time. That's good. I imagine we'll be seeing each other around, so it's a pleasure to...
Dearest Mel, let's see what the inside's like. Mother says I have my very own room.
Slow down, Nellie. I beg your pardon. Woof. The inseparable siblings ran off towards the mansion, hand in hand. It was a heartwarming sight. It breaks my heart a little bit, to be honest. But the next morning, when they stepped inside, I saw something else. The darkness enveloping the mansion seemed to flare up. The open door, a gaping maw into its hungry bowels. The whole house looked as though it was cackling. It was, I presume, the witch Morgana's madness taking form. A manifestation of how she felt now that her centuries in the making wish was bearing fruit. Those two children were the ones Morgana had been waiting for. Had I still had any willpower to fight left in me, I would have taken them by the hands and sent them somewhere far away. I would have done something before the house swallowed them up, but instead, I just gently lowered my eyes. Misfortune would surely sink its teeth into those two children before long. Pain and misery would befall them. I knew no good lay ahead for them, but my heart had all but frozen solid. I had my hands full taking care of myself, so I let Hayden's beloved grandchildren fall into the witch's hands. I was, for all intents and purposes, Morgana's marionette. At long last, it has arrived. The time I've been waiting for has arrived. Darling, devoted Giselle, I know not how to describe for you the fiery excitement burning within me. Oh, I know. I can tell you my story. Tell you exactly what that mild-mannered little boy once did to me. You'll be open to listening now, won't you, my dear? And you'll surely understand that I'm doing nothing wrong. Because you're my ally, my trusty servant. You and I, we live in the same world. We're as close as family, are we not? Yes, as you say. So let us curse them, all of them. Let us inflict a pain worse than physical torture on them. Let us put their souls on the rack for all eternity. Curse them, make them suffer. Curse them! Now listen carefully, Giselle. This is a tale of wicked men and my curse upon them. Interesting. The witch spat her curses for some time, the bile overflowing from her words, the pure, unadulterated hatred brimming within, consumed me more than the horrifying things they described. She was brutally honest. Each word a carefully sharpened blade of animosity. How much bitterness did you have to carry inside of you to become like her? How long did you have to feel nothing but hatred to become like her? I feel like if I let my guard down, I would be consumed by her enmity. It would become mine, and I would grow to despise them myself. All the while, I kept my mind on one single thing. That is what was left of my mind, locked away inside a shell of my own creation. It was that solitary truth that allowed me to hold on to my human emotions, to continue believing. I'm always waiting. My love will never fade. When I was still my old self, I called them master and would do anything for them. Michelle. That was their name. They were beautiful. They'd... Oh my god. Oh no. Ah! They had pure, pearly white hair and ruby eyes. they are going to come for me. God. She doesn't even remember. She just remembers the concept of him. Michelle, all I can remember about you is your name, your glassy white skin, your fiery red eyes, and your snow-colored hair. Nothing else. It's the rainy night, huh? And that's why, when I saw her that night, dripping from the storm, raging outside, I thought, you're finally here. Because I didn't remember enough to know any better. Oh my god, this is breaking my heart. Jesus Christ. You already know who I speak of, don't you? The person who called upon Rose Manor that fated night. The girl with almost translucently pale skin, chillingly white hair, and eyes like jewels. Ah, what a beautiful girl. Her hair, her eyes, her porcelain skin. It all matches the person of my memories. She must be the one I've been waiting for. If she is. Is something the matter? No, I just thought... I don't remember her voice, I'm sorry. I felt someone watching us. It's only your imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps an unseen force was watching you. Unseen force. Are you familiar with how people refer to this mansion? Rose Manor. Yes, indeed. It is called Rose Manor because you can smell the sweet fragrance of the rose garden even at a great distance. But that is not what I meant. It is said that a witch resides within the house. A witch? I've not heard any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. Should I consider that a compliment? Peculiar presence, she says. Does she sense something in me as I do her? This has to be her then. Her name. I need to ask her name. It's getting late. You should get some rest. A room has already been set aside for you. But first, may I ask you one thing? I guess the time we've all been waiting for. Yes? I do not believe you've given me your name yet. My name is... Now what in the absolute hell is happening right now? Michelle? Michelle? I see the dots. They're not connected, but I see the dots. I don't understand the dots. The dots don't make sense. There's no correlation with the dots. Well, there is a correlation, but I don't understand the correlation here. They're connected in some way, but I'm not seeing the string or the color of the the pieces are pieces, but they're not pieced together. Okay. I knew it. You are the one. How is her name Michelle? How is her name Michelle? How does that make sense? How does it make sense that they look identical? And her name is the feminine version of his name. How the hell does that make sense? Okay. Alright, I'm normal again. What? You're the one I've been waiting for. I've endured so much in anticipation of this moment. She's like, girl, I'm 16, what is this? So that I could reunite with you. You came to this place to see me again, did you not? Held tight to those wonderful memories. Oh, this is gonna break her. Until you could make it back to me. I never gave up hope. I always believed, and I hope you'll praise me for that. And I ask you to please say my name. To please make me... I don't know anything about you. I'm sorry. You seem to be confusing me for someone. We have never met before now. You jest. You are Michelle, are you not? That... Ah. I see why everyone was telling me how to pronounce it. I see why when everyone in the comments, when I was first like, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce... It's clicking. Michelle. Not Michelle. Michelle. Oh my god. But it's a fairly common name. Surely you're confusing me with... That cannot be. The white hair, white skin, those ruby eyes, and that name, the name of the archangel. Everything about you is the same. How can you say you're not my Michelle? Please, Michelle, remember for me. Stay away from me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You would reject me? I'm so sorry. I honestly don't know you. Do you care nothing anymore for the time we spent together? We have not spent any time together. You would deny everything. I'm sorry. I see. So you feel nothing for me anymore. You do not need to say anything. I understand. You were feeling a great deal of disgust towards me. No, or perhaps that is fear. As you were always so kind. You would not easily allow yourself to succumb to hatred. I understand. Please forget everything I have said. Who are you? I am but a simple maid. Nothing more. Oh God, Giselle. Laughable, isn't it? I no longer recognize Michelle as anything more than a concept. Man or woman, elderly or infant, as long as they had white hair, red eyes, and the right name, they were you. I needed anything I could get. I was so desperate the thought never even crossed my mind that she was not you. What do you think seeing me like this? That I'm helpless and hopeless? Can he reassure her? I know we're in a memory, but can he please reassure her at this point? Jesus Christ. Listen to this, Morgana. Michelle is back. She's finally come for me. But she does not remember anything, it seems. Not me, not our past, nothing. She saw me and was afraid. In fact, are you listening, Morgana? Darling, devoted Giselle, you poor, pitiful soul. That must have been quite harrowing, but don't worry, you still have me. Is this some ploy from Morgana? Like, how is it such a coincidence that this child's name... I mean, okay, wait. So, I mean... I'm assuming it's, what's his name? Not Nellie. Mel. I'm assuming it's Mel she wants to torture. Not quite sure why, but she did say the man. So I don't think it's Nellie. It could also be Nellie for some reason, but I feel like Nellie's a consequence of other actions and just kind of just being tortured because of Mel, right? I feel like Mel is the main target here, and I wonder if Michelle is being used to, well, I mean, obviously she causes a lot of the torment in this, and adds to the fire. Though I feel like, honestly, thinking about it, I feel like they really didn't go through. I think Michelle went through some hell, right? She went through some hell when she was here. But I don't, like, Nellie and Mel, what the, like, I mean, I don't really think they really had it that rough compared to a lot of the other stories. Like, literally the one right after this one is pretty bad. And there's some others that are... Oh, I earned a reward from Barnes & Noble. Sick. Okay. Anyway. Sorry. There's some ones that are just pretty bad post this. But I feel like... What hell did they really go through? Like... I guess neither of them were reciprocated with their feelings. You know, felt some emotions, like some emotional turmoil. Like, that's gotta really mess you up in the head, all of that. But, like, comparatively, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like more so automatically, like off the bat, me forgetting Giselle's name. Oh, I can't forget Giselle's name. I feel like automatically Giselle's already went through more, and I feel like she was a caught in the crossfire. I don't know if that's on purpose from Morgana to just torture her with this or not, but she was definitely in the crossfire of her revenge scheme, which I feel like she's probably going to be caught in the crossfire throughout all of these stories. Whatever. Besides, this might not be your only chance. As long as you continue on, Michelle could appear before you again. Do you think she'll remember me next time? I can't say. That's up to Michelle. You do have another option, though. Forget Michelle yourself and seek out a new master. Someone who can be yours. Someone dedicated and faithful who needs you. Someone worthy of this mansion. Someone who needs me? That's right. Michelle didn't need you after all. It's all right. Don't worry. You have plenty of time. Oh, God. Ew, 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 ew. This whole story sucks. This whole door is after the fact just so bad, isn't it? What are you chewing on? She's trying to show the bone. Sorry. Just a quick recap. I'm cringing the whole time. Oh, back at it. I guess we'll see the post of that, huh? Or maybe we won't. I don't know. We're tied to the mansion. We'll see. Well, he did suffer, huh? I like to think that Giselle's making these noises.
It's raining again today. I kind of wonder what happened to him after he fled from the mansion. Although I suppose it doesn't much matter to me. The witch is surely washing him. Such a dreadful storm. It sounds like someone crying.
Well,
I was, at that point, completely out of my mind. Broken. My smiles, frowns, and gasps had all been replaced with imitations. Shortly afterward, the flaxen-haired boy moved out of the house and went on to become a priest.
Yup.
The girl fell ill a few years later, her disease eventually taking her life.
Woof.
But the boy never once returned home. The Rhodes family crumbled. I couldn't bring myself to grieve for them, or to reflect on Hayden's sorrowful end. I simply waited for time to begin moving once more.
Oof. God. Now what's the gap here? I know we know it, but I guess just 100 so years.
Little remains to be said about my broken self, but
Sorry, you can hear my dog chewing on a bone in the background. She's going ham on that guy.
But as I stated before we began, this is the Maid's Tale. So I would like to take this opportunity to elaborate on events I was unable to show you before. That is, if you can bear listening to such a dismal, miserable story.
I can't do this again, dude. I can't do this again. I can't do this again. I can deal with the cringing, but I can't do this. Dude, I'm tearing up thinking about it. The music it gave me like a response immediately. Tears in my eyes. Actually, we're gonna... Oh god, yeah. We're Let me save. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Rhodes family stuff was so tame comparatively. I mean, it's all in a different way, I suppose. But I still... God. I mean, it was really just a lot of feelings bouncing everywhere and, like, cut hair. And then I guess Nellie dying from disease. So that was, I mean, that's not good. God. But I feel like Giselle was more hurt than anyone. Again, she's just being thrown under the bus and, like, manipulated by Morgana because Morgana is apparently the villain of this story. More you know. More you know. Thought it was Beastia. And various others. But no. It's like, God, even comparatively, right? Like the villain in the second door, third door, whatever, right? It's just so, the first stories, I mean, it's not good, but it's so, like, I guess the villain could be argued to be, like, Nellie, but it's like, I mean, other than, like she's mostly a victim of circumstances, right? And I feel for, she needs help. She needs a lot of mental help, which she will not get because it's the 1600s. But she's mostly just a victim of, like, the era, the circumstances, etc., etc. Like, I would not wish death upon her. I would just wish her to get help. Like, oh, she cut a girl's hair. Like, okay, like, she didn't murder hundreds of people. I don't know. My God, she wasn't in the mafia, you know? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully part 27 comes out soonish. I'm recording it right after this, so at least the recording will be there. Hee. I'm ready to traumatize myself right after this, so let's hope I can get it all edited and out at a decent time. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, so I have all of the week to get it done. We'll see if that actually happens. Let's cross our fingers. It's the 17th. I mean, the holidays coming does not help my circumstances, to be honest. It will definitely make me busier. But regardless, thank you guys for watching. A lot happened. I'm probably going to sub next part, so look forward to it, baby. I can't. Oh, I'm thinking about it again. Oh, good. Bye. Oh, bye.